Established in January 1974, Kerry Cooperative Creameries Limited, or Kerry Co-op, celebrates a special anniversary, 50 years. This podcast series has been created by Mary Lavery Carrig, based on the first board photographed together in January 1974. This is Mary, and you are welcome to A Chat with Mary, Voices from Kerry Co-op's story. In this episode, episode 8, we hear from Tom O'Connor from Cahir, Kenmare. Tom has wonderful, clear memories of his involvement with Kerry Co-op in the early days.
I'm 93 since April the 14th, so I'm approaching 94. Being involved with Kerry Co-op, we had the dairy disposal board creameries in South Kerry and West Cork, and we were disappointed with them because their prices or anything didn't compare favourably with the co-ops of Dairy Gold and the other ones that were up along Cork and Tipperary, and so we were very anxious to join a co-op, and we went up to Mallow, I think, and we made the case, could we become part of the one in Mallow, and they were favourable enough to it. But shortly after that, fair play for Eddie Hayes. He was thinking away ahead of things, and he felt there was an American company could come in and do chocolate crumb and other products in North Kerry, and where the milk was most plentiful, and he did succeed in getting him to come initially, even though years later they did separate a little bit, but I must give 100% credit to Eddie Hayes, of all people. He was Dennis Brasson delivered, but Eddie Hayes thought from the start, and so it so happened here anyway that the Department of Agriculture, in fairness to them, there was some talk that South Kerry, that would include Castlevine and here, should stay out of the whole thing. But the Department of Agriculture insisted that wouldn't be correct, that we go in as one unit, a county unit, and that was a very important step, and I give credit to the Department of Agriculture for pushing that on. And then to the question then of setting it up, and I remember Dennis Brasson came down here to Kilgarvan, and he was telling him the ideas and all that, and they were, of course, they had a problem too with pigs and whey, and so Kilgarvan were a good customer for their whey, and so I'd say then that was an advantage there even then, but it was suggested that there would be one from each district in the Kerry group, and Michael Murphy of Kilgarvan, who a most able boy, he suggested that I was the person who should represent Kenmare area, Kilgarvan area. So that's how I became involved in the Kerry group. I was what we called a director. There were 9 or 10 directors, and I was in that for 9 years. And for the successive 5 years afterwards, that was 9 and 5, I think it was 14. But I found it a wonderful experience for me, even though it was difficult, because I had to go up to Listowel, where the meetings were once a month, and that would involve I get up very early in the morning, milking the cows, going up. The meeting would be on until 6 in the evening, and then when that was over, come down back home for 8 o'clock. Maybe Noreen would help me if she could. It was a difficult period, but it was a great experience to know. I saw the business life what a co-op should be like, rather than a talking shop. They were wonderful. Dennis Brosnan, Hugh Friel, and John Cregan. They were wonderful and very considerate of what our views. But we never fell out, and Dennis Brosnan was a head like. In his thinking, he always had the eye for the American market too. I mean, butter was a big thing in Ireland at that time, selling butter and selling butter abroad too. But he had an eye on the American market. It came to pass afterwards, even though he's been millions, but it came to pass that they became very big in the American dairy market, but I would give credit very much to Dennis Brosnan for seeing that, and Hugh Friel as well. So that's how things went. How we make money was a worry for a while, but then after a while, they ran the business very, very, very well, and we were enabled to pay off some money, pay off a dividend almost every year, and that was a big boost to the success of Kerry Group. They became a PLC company that enabled them to get money on the market far better than any other way. They were always nearly top dog in the PLC for share rating. So I'd have to say, you could never say there was a setback. There were a few setbacks, all right. One of them was related to cows. There was some problem with cows. I know that it wasn't TB or something like that cut down the amount of animals farmers have, and that affected Kerry's production. It became a quota, but after a period that eased off and everything came good. They went down to meetings, then at least every month to the local area where they'd tell them what was happening. So you would only have to say that for me, it was a wonderful opportunity to be on the Kerry Group. When it became known as Kerry Group, you could see it was a famous business. I still felt that they were confident. I think, let's say, Dennis Brosnan and Eddie Hayes and Hugh Friel, they were all confident in their own strength, and they were determined. They tried a few more operations, all right, but which weren't as successful. But in general, I think one would have to say they were to the outstanding board in a short period of years. And I'd come home, I'd say, well, it was a change in for me to go at milking cows, but if it wasn't done, I didn't die from hard work at all now. But I was often tired. I was often very tired coming home and just going to sleep in the car even. I know that was a fact now. I'd be asleep maybe for 3 or 4 miles. It was dangerous, dangerous period. And suddenly I'd say, I'm in Kilgarvan now. I never realised I passed Glenflesk, I did appreciate Kerry Co-op, and I'm glad to help them a bit, and they helped me.
I wish to say a sincere thank you to Tom O'Connor. Thank you too to Charlie Nelligan for concertina music. You have been listening to a podcast series, episode 8, from A Chat with Mary, Voices from Kerry Co-op's Story. This is Mary Lavery Carrig, and thank you for listening.